It's Friday, and thank God it's Friday. So many issues to discuss today. Well, we'll be crossing over to Parliament to cover the proceedings of the bribery allegation probe. But until then, let's get interactive now on Joy News Interactive. My name is Victor Brache, and this program is live on the Joy News channel on Multi TV, as well as Go TV channel 144 and DSTV channel 421. Join the conversation via our social media platforms on Facebook and on Twitter with the handles at Joy News on TV and also at JNI Interactive GH. Now, first on the bill, yesterday 10 regional candidates standing for a slot on the Council of State were elected. Although the elections went relatively smoothly, the defeated contestants were unhappy with the results because some of them had 0 and 1 votes. We asked you on Facebook what you made of this. Do you think they are being ungracious losers? We asked this question on Facebook, asking for your view on this particular elections that happened. At least 10 people had already been called in, and it's left with 14 as being spread on social media. We'll be engaging you more on this, but we're going to read a couple of your messages on Facebook on what you have been saying on our social media pages, especially Facebook. We have Sana Mohammed, who says, it's true, there is no election in Ghana without money exchange in hands, but I pity those who always sell their conscience for money. But we don't need to blame those people much, because after the politicians getting their desired positions, they will never tend to serve those who elected them, but will only come back at a time they need re-election. God will punish this. God will punish these greedy politicians. But well, we have Prince Nuruddin Baumia, who says allegations without vivid evidence sound so premature and frivolous. And we have Nana Kwabena Trump, who says especially the Accra rep and Kumasi paid a lot. And we have Nana Kwame, who says it's a useless institution and should be scrapped as time goes on. So these are a few of your comments on social media. We'll be engaging you more to get enough of your comments on our post on Facebook. But before we move on, we have other stories that we're going to run, which is we're going to give you a report on the elections from Central Region. Let's take a look at this.
We are here at the Central Regional Coordinating Council. The Council of State election just came to an end. 6 people contested. Oberempong Appiah, and he is an educationist and a traditional ruler. Ketechi Amenfi, and he is a traditional ruler. Nana Sambiru Butler, and he is a management scientist and a former GFA administrator. We also had Nenyi Gati, the 7th. He is the traditional ruler as well. And then we have Safohin Frempong, and he is a visually impaired person. And he also stood in this contest. And the final one was Professor Appiah Suman. Remember, Professor Appiah Suman was a Council of State member from 2009 to 2012. Now, at the end of the contest, Oberempong Appiah, the traditional ruler and the educationist and the vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs, polled 11 votes. Dr. Amenfi, the 7th, he polled 4 votes. Samuel Nana Brew Butler polled 7 votes. Nenyi Gati, he is also a traditional leader, also polled 7 votes. Safoin George Frempong, the visually impaired candidate, he had no votes. And then Professor Appiah Suman polled 9 votes. Oberempong Appiah, the winner of the Council of State elections in the Central Region, has been sharing his vision with Joy News. The paramount chief of the Chifu traditional area and vice president of the Central Regional House of Chiefs says eliminating all forms of child labor, child prostitution, and reducing poverty is his utmost priority.
As times goes on, development doesn't stay at one place. All the time, country needs to be developed. So there are a lot of things that needs to be changed. You see, concerning our development in the region, we have a lot of the youth who are not getting employment. We have a lot of the boys and girls who are being trafficked by their parents and other things. So when I come, as I'm going to join them at the top there, I think we are going to, find solution to all these problems, child trafficking, child labor, and all those things. I think we will help so that we will reduce. If it is not really eradicated, we can reduce it.
Anna Sambu Butler, former GFA administrator who secured 7 votes, says the defeat in this election is not the end of the road for him. He wants to make his contribution to the Central Region more pronounced.
Well, Central Region is a winner. We all came with a mission. I offered what I wanted to do. The delegates decided otherwise. It does not take away my love for Central Region. I'll continue to do what I do for my region. I do not have to be in a position to do it. So I wish him the best. But I stand by. He walked to me and said, Nana, I'll be calling upon you. He's always welcome. I was coming in with some innovation, especially coming from the private sector. I know what I could have done from that position. It does not stop me from doing what I want to do. Right? Will be on my own, not with the support of the assemblies.
So yeah, that's how the elections went down in the Central Region. But coming back to Greater Accra Region, there's been a lot of spark on social media about Ghana 60 gospel concert, which has come under critical fire as people are wondering why international gospel artist Don Moen has been a headline for the concert. This issue was cleared up by a spokesman for the presidency, Jefferson Saki, who explained that Don Moen was invited back to the country at the request of a private entity. We're reading your messages on Facebook and then tell you what people have been saying about this particular issue or this particular incident that has been spreading on social media. We have Brown Charles who says, has it gotten to that? Then, if so, if that is so, no gospel musician of us should go for a concert outside. I don't find anything wrong with it. And we have Emmanuel Mensah, Ami Kwedi, who says it's unfortunate the same people who criticize the Mahama-led administration for not thinking locally are those bringing a foreign artist to perform not on any day but our Independence Day. We have Emmanuel Wubel, who says our own thoughts as black people is what is killing and destroying our lives. We always think in the negative manner. Oh, this is too much. What is the problem with the president inviting Don Moen to worship with us in our celebrations? I can't think fast. So you can log on to our Facebook page and read the remaining views from Emmanuel. Let's move to Besma Kuma, who says, good news to me. God doesn't know of local gospel or foreign gospel for that matter. All he deserves is an unadulterated and pure worship. And we have Prosper, who says, I don't see anything wrong with that, but they should add our local musicians or our own musicians, especially those upcoming ones, to help promote them. We have Nanaya, who says, I know for sure he is being brought on board by some of the private sponsors and his financing is fully being taken care of by them. And we have David Dovia, who says, so you are telling me gospel artists here are angry because another gospel artist is coming to minister to Ghanaians? Be the same God work. Be the same God work them all they do. And then we have Paul Kofi, who says, we talk about everything. But dear Ghanaians, let's change. Good day. We have Nana Kwame, who says, it's not Ghana Artistic Committee inviting him. It's the contribution of Musica to the celebration. So this is a comment from Nana Kwame, who is making it clear that it's not the Ghana Artistic Committee inviting him, but then contribution of Musica to the Ghana Artistic celebrations. We have Elvis Mensah, who says, I see nothing wrong with this. Ghanaian musicians could also be called to other countries to perform. We have Kese Bright, who says, who are the Ghanaian gospel musicians? Those who just make noise by shouting and wasting their bodies. And we have Among Gibia Yaha says, it makes sense considering the international exposure we will get. Imagine the BBC and CNN reporting on it on their portals. And we have Yenra Pa Akofo Danka, who says, I don't see anything wrong with it. When organizers do shows, they invite an international artist. So what's the issue about this? And we have Nana Kwabena Trump, who says, we always criticize the white as racist. What then do you call this? And you have Kesset Bright coming back to say, I don't remember the last time I listened to local gospel music. And we have George K. Owusu who says, NPP behaves like the ostrich, preaches one thing and does different. And we have Jeff Tan Casey who says, do we still have real gospel musicians in Ghana? I only know of Sonny Badu, Dinah Samoa, Esther Smith, and a few. We have Obed Kofi Lepole who says, there is nothing wrong with that. Even Chris Brown was invited. How much more Don Moen? And we have Grace Ahimfo who says, we hailed Chris Brown when he came to Ghana, but we can't do same for a gospel musician. Hashtag hypocrites. And we have Seth Ajenim Boateng who says, this artist is far better than Chris Brown, the weed smoker brought in by the previous government some years back. And we have Ellis Echo in Tim Johnson says, nothing is so strange about it. If it is wrong to invite foreign artists to perform on our 60th anniversary, then it is equally wrong to go for foreign aid. We have Nana Kweku Obibini Bak who says, it will be the zenith of the celebrations. There is no better candidate, worshiping God for his goodness. We have Kojo Mercy who says, Ghana for some shock. We always, especially black people, complain about racism, but Don Moen is coming to join our gospel something. What are we also doing? We have Shife Afeto who says, whatever they do. Prince Nuruddin Baumia says, interesting times ahead. Ibrahim Abdallah says, useless. And then we have Papa Abeka Wonchi says, no comment. The More Hill says, there's nothing wrong with it. And then Nana Afare Yabua Somwa says, they called Chris Brown. We calling Don Moen. So these are some of your comments on Facebook. Keep sending your Facebook comments to us. We have Dave Paps who says, it's waste of money, and a couple other comments that are going to be scrolled down for us to read. But if there's not, we're going to continue with the program. But I think, yeah, there's a little more. We have Silva saying, incapable government, Unapo. Eric Inkum says, Michael W. Smith should come rather. We love them. We have Opong Checheku Appiah Jr. says, it's pathetic. That was 20 minutes ago, and he has 2 replies in less than 15 minutes. You can go on the page and read a couple of comments on Facebook, and then we can also read your comments. So yeah, this is what is going on now. Don Moen coming to Ghana for our 60th anniversary, and then we talk about the Council of State elections, and then we showed you a video from Cape Coast. But now let's go for a quick break. When we come back, we have more for you. But moving on, improper disposal of waste has been cited as one of the causes of flood in Ghana. Ghana in June 2015 suffered its worst disaster that led to the death of more than 150 people. These people died because the Odo drain overran its borders because more than half of the drain was filled with waste. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly asked that the drains be dredged to allow for smooth passage of water. 2 years down the lane, we find out how far this exercise has gone, and are we ready for the rains? Host of the AM show, Roland Walker, has been speaking to engineer Senna Adiepena of the Dredge Masters, the company tasked to dredge the drains.
They find themselves, which is an illegal settlement.
But they find it convenient?
They find it convenient because they don't have to pay anything for it. It's free space they take advantage of. Waste management hasn't made provision for waste along those drains. So then they don't have any means of disposing their drains along those channels. So what they deem fit is to have the water carry their waste into the sea, so that they don't have to deal with the nuisance of having the waste around them. Not just that, also we have very unhealthy and unfortunate situation of open defecation.
Oh, there's open defecation right into the drain.
Right, not into at the edge and the banks of the drains. We've seen people fall into the drain, lose their life as a result of that. So toilet facilities which have not been made available along those lines have resulted in having those squatters easing themselves along the drains. And working along the drains, it's really difficult having those people there. We intend to have some water sports, restaurants, as you say, parks.
Well, don't worry, I'm only saying what I see abroad. So.
Yes, I mean, that's the dream. Ultimately,
okay,
we are looking at making this place similar to look as beautiful, even better.
Welcome back. Let's do some football now. Arsenal fans have been okay, but before we move on, I just want to read a couple of your comments on Facebook. Sorry, I was trying to run away from your comments, but let me read a couple of it from Facebook. We have citizen Nana Yaominta, who says, clear the hawkers and squatters who mostly live in little kiosk. They contribute hugely to this menace. And then we have make waste bins available where needed and ensure regular collection. And we have, of course, let the education also go on. We have our CAF, who says, boost waste management businesses so that collection becomes a form of business people engaging. If people can sell waste and earn some money, they would not dump them in drains, but rather strive to preserve and sell so as to earn some money. We have Princess, who says, show them how to clog the whole water system and costs which cost them thousands of cedis to fix and replace the plumbing. Talk about money, and hopefully they will come to their senses. We have Matthias Amuako, who says there should be open declaration by the president that offenders must be arrested and prosecuted, not only drains but everywhere. We have Bom Sparrow, who says pass proper bylaws enforceable by courts, employ university graduates to man the monitoring with cameras and pay them 1,000 Ghana cedis. Then enter proper contracts with proper cash flow. I mean, with Zoom Lion to do the clearing and cleaning, while the university graduates do the monitoring with their cameras. While many will be caught and fined to pay for the project. Okay, we have Ni Akriti Ai, who says, arrest and prosecute them. Simple. We are not serious as a country. We need straight enforcement action against those who got no love for Ghana and have little knowledge of what they are doing by throwing rubbish into the drains, especially the hawkers and the squatters in the Ghat states. We have Kasim Yusuf, who says, if you have trained to be clean, gentle, and can tell the difference between good and bad, clean and dirty, why should somebody tell you to do the right thing? We have Asafo J. Jr., who says, first of all, provide dustbins at various key points, and if they still fail, punish them, fine them. If they don't have it, lock them up for 3 to 4 hours, detain them for hours from wherever they are going, train the unemployed youth to be task force and position them at designated points to monitor such barbaric acts. We have Animi Priscilla, who says, we have a lot of laws on waste management and disposal. I think we should just reactivate them and educate people on those laws right from crèche. And we have Gilbert Zuta, who says, this is a big challenge. It's really going to be difficult because the mindset of the citizens is not ready to stop. We have Amuako Resford Opare says, just by educating the public on the effect of all these things and then providing waste bins at areas where needed and regular collections of these bins. And and then he continues. And we have Apana Charles, who says, pray for change of mind. He continues to type a couple of things. If you can scroll up a bit, you can finish reading Apana's message. Apana Charles says, pray for change of minds. That's the only solution. If not, we'll never change their attitude. We have Alfred Arthur, who says, by sentencing them to 6 months community service, picking rubbish for 6 months would help solve the situation. So these are some of the comments on how we can keep our community and society clean. Or you can also send your messages and we're going to read them. But moving away from sanitation, let's talk about football. Arsenal fans have been calling for the head of their long-serving coach, Arsene Wenger, after their defeat at the hands of Bayern Munich recently. You shared a couple of your comments on Facebook. We're going to read them very soon. But you can keep sending us your message. What do you think about Arsenal and Arsene Wenger? Should he be sacked? Should a new coach be brought in? Well, John Baptist says, I think Arsenal boss should stay. The players are the main problems to the team. When club lose a match, fans demand coach must go, but they forget the players are the cause of the defeat. We have Eben Atta Reko, who says, in fact, the 5-1 against Arsenal was even small. Let's not forget Ribery and Boateng were injured. If Bayern are to get a full squad and face Arsenal, the correct scoreline should have been 10-0 against Arsenal. Bayern will win the Champions League. Hashtag I am a Bavarian. We have Appiah Charles who says, sorry, it's a good call, but they will struggle a lot without him because he has done a lot for to the Arsenal team. We have Nana Kobina Trump who says Arsenal is banned in any UEFA related competition. They're not men enough to rub shoulders with giants. sorry for that. So yeah, these are some of the comments on Facebook. You can keep sending us your messages. We're going to read them. But now let's look at our picture of the day. Okay, we'll bring you the picture of the day, but this is how Joy News Interactive ends for the week. My name is Victor Brachi. Thank you for staying with us.